on this bundle tonight. Okay, so essential oils, what are they? So perhaps you're like me. When I got started with essential oils, I did not know what they were, and I really didn't know where to put them. I didn't know what to do with them. Let me get my first graphic up. You guys can take a screenshot of this. Where are you? Okay. So what are they? They are highly concentrated, therapeutic, or medicinal compounds that are extracted from plants. The essential oil, it's like the immune system, the lifeblood of the plant. It's what protects the plant, heals the plant, restores the plant, and keeps the plant healthy. So maybe you have like a plant in your home, or you've, obviously been outside, and you ever like bend like a leaf, like a plant. Do you ever notice, like if you went back to that plant, it's kind of like wet, some liquid is there. Guess what that is? That is the essential oil restoring the plant back to health. So we can use essential oils much like plants do to support every single system in our body, to support, wellness and health. What's really cool about essential oils is that they love to metabolize synthetics. So when they go in our bodies, they start to clean us up. That is one of the best reasons, according to Dr. Doug Corrigan, why everyone should be using essential oils. They protect the integrity of your DNA in your cells, and they clean it up. Absolutely amazing, 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 amazing. So if you're noticing, so let me show you another graphic before I go on to my next points. Got to keep all my points together here. Give you a graphic on that. Take a screenshot because you may not remember all the different ways to use Young Living oils, the things that they do, how it promotes cellular regeneration, again, getting rid of the toxins and the synthetics out of our bodies, working on our emotional system, which is in the brain, how it reaches every cell. Absolutely amazing. Take a screenshot of this. So if you notice, it says, this is how Young Living oils, this is what a Young Living oil does. So, we teach these classes, we share this amazing information about essential oils. What do we do? Do you just go to the store? Do we go to Whole Foods? Do we go to Amazon and buy the oils? Are they going to work the same way? Well, no. We want a therapeutic, we want something therapeutic to happen, right? Do you think quality matters? Right? Absolutely. You need the highest quality product in order to see those types of results. Okay. So we're going to get into why Young Living is special and why we want to only use Young Living oils. So let me get to my next graphic. Okay. Here it is. So perhaps you've seen this on your package or on your essential oil bottles. Young Living, we have that seed to seal guarantee. And that's not just a slogan or some kind of gimmick. It actually means something. So from the seed, which Young Living owns, we have the second largest seed bank in the world, non-GMO, like heritage heirloom seeds, the highest quality seeds. From the soil to the water, to the hand weeding, to the distillation, until it goes into the bottle and it gets a seal on it. Young Living micromanages this whole entire process. No other company does that. Everything from other companies is outsourced. They will outsource to get from this farm, then they outsource a distiller. They often don't know what's even happening on the farm. So let's break it down. We have the USDA organic standard, which, I buy organic food, and then we have the Young Living seed to seal standard. We want to know what is the difference, okay? So if you notice on the organic side, they are allowed to use non-organic material. With Young Living, no, that's a no-go. Zero, absolutely zero pesticides, zero chemicals whatsoever. It is not allowed. Where it is allowed on an organic farm, yes, it's true, but not a lot. It is allowed though. Second point, if you notice, chemical-free soil for 7 years. This is actually an older, I was saying to Chris, this is actually an older graphic here, because actually they have, lobbyists have gone to Congress and they've lowered this. So the chemical-free soil now is 3 years with organic, but if you notice, Young Living, 50 years. 50 years. So there's so many companies that would love to do business with Young Living. It's really hard to do business with Young Living because of their extreme standards, but we benefit from those extreme standards. So like there are people who want to sell their farmland, or there are people that want to do co-ops, right? Sometimes Young Living joins like a co-op farm. They have to submit so much paperwork. One of the first questions they ask is, when is the last time that land has seen a chemical, a pesticide, anything? Oh, 44 years? Sorry, deal breaker, deal breaker. Come back to us in 6 years. That's like question number one, right? Then they go through, they want to, once they find, okay, it's been 50 plus years, the soil's wonderful, they will test it. Then let's take their word for it. They go in and they test for heavy metals, any type of contaminants in the soil. Then they want to know, where's the water source? Where does the water come from that you're going to put on our precious plants? So it's so interesting. It takes 5 to 10 years of Young Living to study that farm in order for it to get approved. Sometimes it doesn't get approved. Imagine going through all that work, you're like, sorry, not approved. Because what they also consider is, what other farms are near the Young Living farm? Because you could have, right, if there's another farm down the street that's spraying, right, it can come over into the field, and Young Living's like, we can't have this, like that, we cannot do business, we can't do this. So know that you are getting, again, really high quality stuff here. Young Living also weeds by hand. And actually now they have sheep, which is really cute. There was an experiment they did, was that maybe 2 years ago, they added sheep to the farm. They found that the sheep will just eat the weeds, not the plants. And guess what? Their poop actually is really, really good for the soil that they discovered. So funny. Pest control. This is something else that's interesting. So an organic farm, they are allowed to use some synthetics. Again, with Young Living, no. They will use their essential oils as pest control. So this is the reason. Some people ask, well, how come Young Living is not certified organic? That is the reason right there. Because Young Living will use essential oils as pest control. Why is that a problem? Well, in this particular country, FDA, how it's regulated, essential oils is in a cosmetic category, meaning it's like you're basically telling the government, we're spraying our crops with Chanel No. 5. So that's why it'll never be approved in this country. Some other countries like Ecuador, they're approved, they can say organic, but just not in this country. But again, know that Young Living standards are superior, right? Look at this. Brought out, we don't just test the soil once. Okay, the water's good, so that's great. No, continue. We continue to test. If there's a problem, Young Living's going to go in there and clean up the problem. They have ways to clean the soil. That they've discovered there's ways to clean up these soils. They will not sell the oil that comes from anything contaminated. They just will not do it at all, which I think is absolutely amazing. Again, like I said, this is old. This is a little bit older. It says 50 trained scientists. Actually, now it's 100 trained scientists and staff that's on hand, and they're super knowledgeable. So I've actually been to one Young Living farm, and let me tell you something. Everyone there, they're passionate. They like love their job. They love what they're doing. They feel like they're making this big difference in the world. Whether it's true or not, they feel that way, and so they're on their A game when they're at work. Even the farm hands, they were so nice. They were telling us, I asked, I said, what do you do all day? He goes, oh, I just weed all day. That's all this person did all day was hand weed. I was so shocked by that. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, it's a lot because we don't use any chemicals. It would be cheaper for the company to use chemicals, and it would be easier. But Young Living always does it the harder way, because the harder way is the better way for us, because we're getting a better product. We also do third-party testing, that's not required with other companies. They will just verify it themselves. Young Living, no, we do. We send it out. We have someone verify that this is the purest, highest quality stuff with Young Living. I want to tell you a couple other things too. So when it comes to distillation, this is also a huge thing. So sometimes, you know what, maybe another company that does great, it's organic, but they're still not doing what Young Living does. But let's say it's pure. But when it comes to distillation, this is where so many companies fall short. They will use an aluminum to distill the barrels to distill their product. You cannot put essential oils with aluminum. Aluminum will be in the product. Then secondly, they use a lot of plastic tubings. It's just cheaper. You get it. It's a smaller company. They want to turn a profit. We get it. But those plastics, it's called plasticizers, will be in your essential oil. And they found that. They did a test one time that so many on the market have plastics in the product. They also use something really cheap. It's a chemical called hexane to extract the essential oils. And so the problem with that being is that hexane's a really bad chemical, and guess what? The residue will be in your product. So if it's not Young Living, you can have pesticides in your essential oil, you could have heavy metals in your essential oil, you could have hexane in your essential oil, and you could have aluminum. And on top of that, we also know other companies will add fillers and things to cut it. They do some other little deceptive things. You have this guarantee that Young Living does not do that at all. One more thing I just want to share with you that I thought was so cool. They practice really old farming techniques, right? Techniques that we know that are even in the Bible, where they said, hey, don't continue to harvest and plant on the land over and over and over because it depletes the soil, right? So what good is the plant if you're depleting the soil? Young Living will let the soil rest. Acres and acres. We're talking thousands of acres. That is bad for business, actually, but that's the Young Living way because it produces a superior product. What they do is they also compost. They plant alfalfa first before they're going to start putting down the plants. Why alfalfa? Alfalfa is rich in a lot of nutrients that plants absolutely need. And also what's really cool about alfalfa is it has really long roots. They just shoot down into the ground. And so what Young Living does, they have a special machine before they go to plant, they rip up all the alfalfa. They pull up all the roots and they pull up all that fresh soil, the soil that has worms in it and all kinds of good bacteria and all the good microbes and all that good, it's lush. Then they put all the compost down, they let it rest. And then when it comes spring, then they will plant. Absolutely amazing. You're not going to get this from any other company. Absolutely amazing. Let me share with you guys another graphic. All right, where are you? Okay, right here. So again, if you want to take a picture of this, some of the other things that I kind of mentioned about how they test the product, how they harvest. And again, even when it comes down to distillation, each plant needs different time, different amount of pressure, different amount of heat. Each plant is uniquely different. Most companies will just put everything in, distill it at the same temperature, the same pressure, the same time, and that's just not how it works. Young Living got to discover this because they had a test farm. They had a lot of fun on the test farm. They would do things and they test the quality of the oil. So it's just so funny. Again, like I said, they do all these funny things just to improve the quality. They discovered that the plants do not like it when you speak negatively in front of them. This is a test they actually did on the test farm. They would have you purposely be negative and say mean things in front of the plants. I know it sounds crazy, but then they would take some of the plants, they would distill and realize we're not getting a lot of oil here. And they said, okay, switch it up. Everyone's going to be happy in the field. They found that it made a huge difference. So actually, it's one of the Young Living rules that we learned when we went to the farm. If you're in a bad mood, you're not allowed to be around the plants. I know it's crazy, but this is how Young Living does it. This is the Young Living difference. Okay, so we have all that. So now let's get into that amazing bundle. Maybe you have the bundle, maybe you're considering the bundle. Let's talk about some of the oils that come in the bundle. So I'm known, if you guys don't know, on Instagram, they call me the Peppermint Girl. That was like my gateway oil. Chris introduced the oils to me. And before her, I had tried so many oils. They never, ever worked until Chris splashed me with some peppermint oil and my life was changed. I was like, whoa, what is this magical juice you just sprinkled on me? So I'm known as Peppermint Girl because I decided using it all the time. I always had peppermint for energy. I used to get a lot of headaches and stomach issues. I would always do my peppermint. So as you can see from this graphic, it's great for lowering your body temperature. It's great for energy. It's great for focus. It helps when you have like nausea. You can use this oil topically. I always pair it with a carrier oil. Put this on your temples if you have like a headache. If you have a stomachache, you can actually take a few drops internally. That's right. We can actually ingest our essential oils. Other companies really can't, and if they are saying, they really shouldn't be saying that. But Young Living is like one of the only companies that you can actually ingest their oils. Again, that is how safe the oils are. Next oil I want to share is kind of like my husband's. You know, when I got the oils, he was like, he just thought it was some girly thing that I was doing. And I was like, try the oils. And he was like, like that. So his first gateway oil, let me get the picture up here. This made him a believer. Sorry, let me look for my little, there it is. is a blend called Digest. This is all things digestion. So if you have an upset stomach, if you are queasy or feeling sick, or the food's not moving. So that was him. He's like, oh man, like the food is like not moving. I said, do you want to try some Digest? And he's like, all right. And then like maybe 10 minutes later, he's like, okay, it's doing something. I can feel like, you know, it was, anyways, it worked its magic. And now my husband's an oiler. Every month he's like, are you going to get this oil? Make sure you get this oil. Make sure you get that. It's really funny. I'm like, you're ordering more than me. This is like really weird. So this is Digest. Get a screenshot of this. And this is also great. I have friends, I don't really have too many, I used to have sinus issues, but not anymore. And I had friends that do, and they actually say Digest for sinuses. Isn't that weird? Take a few drops on your hand, take some nice deep breaths. You can put it on your temples or put it like on the sinus points itself with a carrier oil. And people swear that Digest is not just for your stomach, but it's also for your sinuses. I've never tried it. If you want to give that a try. I want to mention, I think I already said it, Young Living is unique. We can use our oils 3 ways. We use them aromatically. We put them in a diffuser, or we put a few drops in our hand, take a nice deep breath, we feel the benefits. We can use them topically. I always encourage pair it with a carrier oil because you don't know how it's going to react with your skin. Remember, they're very potent. They're like 1,000,000 times stronger than dried herbs. So use a carrier oil. And the third way that we can use a Young Living oil is we can actually ingest it. We can take it to support different systems in our body. All right, that's all I have. You know, before I move on, I know that was a lot of information. I get it. And I'm from New England and I talk fast. Does anyone have any questions for me? Any questions before we move on to Rochelle? You can either raise your digital hand or just shout out a question. If not, we're gonna move on. Okay, all right, that was easy. We'll have Rochelle then speak.
Oh, come on, there's no questions.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Okay, I'll get right into it.
We'll get him at the end.
Oh, Danielle has a question.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So that Digest, that's how you say it.
Hmm?
So they say if you put it on your stomach, you go one way, it helps for if you're constipated, or the other way, just the opposite. And so I was just curious how that works like that.
So
Do you
I will
know?
say, personally, honestly, I've never done that. I know some girls that said that they have done that and it works. For me, if I have a stomach issue, I just want the oil just to get to the source. It's full strength.
Mhm.
So I will just put it in water. I'll take a few drops and it always resolves. It's weird, like the oil kind of knows what to do. Like it just brings your body back to balance. Something is off, it just brings the body back to balance. So personally, I don't know how the topical thing works. I've never done it, but you can try to take a drop like internally. That's how I do it. And it always works like magic.
Well, I did for the first time. I think I got some food poisoning, some sour milk, and I was really, my stomach was having violent cramps where my stomach was actually sore. So I put, Shell said, use the Digest, and I forget this, so what some of this stuff is for. And I put that on, and I actually, my stomach is still a little sore, the muscles, but I mean, complete difference from before I put that Digest on. So then I was just wondering if maybe I did it some different kind of ways, maybe it might even help better. Yeah.
I mean, at first you could try it. That would be a good story. Next time you could tell us the story that you tried it and it worked that way.
To the left, to the left, to the right, to the right.
But that,
Okay.
I mean, thank you for sharing, because we have some new ones here, and that's really good that you used the oil and you saw that there was a result.
Oh, I did. I said to
Yeah.
my daughter, I said, I can't believe it. I just feel this much better, and I just put a little on my stomach. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so imagine taking a drop internally. It's like, boom, it's like this magical bomb dropped in there. So remember,
Well, now I'll do that.
Digest. Yep. Remember, Digest sounds like digestion. That helps.
Digestion.
Digest, digestion, if that helps, hopefully. And then did you take a picture, Danielle, of the picture I had up?
I sure did. Yes, I did.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. All right. Awesome. Any other questions before we move on to Rochelle? If not,
Oh,
okay, Rochelle, take it away.
okay, all right. I thought I read that somewhere, so I'll find it. But yeah, so I'll find that. Um, Frankincense. That's what I was going to start with. Frankincense. So frankincense. We've heard many different historical references to frankincense, but frankincense is one of these incredibly um multi-use type of essential oils, a lot of incredible properties that you can use it for. Some of the uses or the medical properties for it, as a muscle relaxant and an antidepressant, which I love to talk when, frankincense was given as a gift to Mary and Joseph. That's all I'm going to say. But when it was given to Mary and Joseph, she had just had a baby and they were traveling. And so what a wonderful essential oil to have on hand. Well, frankincense, it's actually from the Middle East, and it was used to treat every conceivable ill known to man at that time. It was valued more than gold. Only those with great wealth and abundance actually possessed frankincense. So the fact that Mary and Joseph were able to obtain it and to use it for many different benefits, that was just a really incredible thing. It also improves your attitude and uplifts your spirit. Frankincense also, even though my little reference doesn't talk about skin, it's really wonderful for your skin as well. So if you're having just different issues with your skin, probably more prone this time of the year, it's some dryness, a drop of frankincense goes a long way as far as your skincare routine. So I would definitely try that. Let's see, what else about frankincense? I think that's pretty much it. It also comes in a vitality in our kit. It's the regular solid color. But the Young Living essential oils, if it comes in a vitality, the only difference between the two is the label. What's inside the bottle is exactly the same. The label is specific. It differentiates between what you can take in internally, and that's the way the FDA wants it. They want it to be clear what you can actually intake into your body. So that comes in a vitality. It is, I don't know if you guys know, but it is actually a resin. Young Living does sell the resin, which are these little chips. If you know what resin is, I mean, almost, it's not a glue, but it's like these little chips, and you can burn the resin. Young Living has a resin diffuser, but again, it's another way. It's a very calming, it works really well, and it gives you incredible support for your brain. So when you're trying to focus and concentrate, you memory issues, frankincense, definitely the way to go. Let's see. Coming up next, lavender, another one of these incredibly great essential oils. It's a single oil, so it's not a blend. And lavender has some really wonderful properties. Antiseptic, let's see, an analgesic, which is could be, derived as like a pain reliever. Let's see, relaxant, anti-inflammatory, reduces your blood fat cholesterol. Oh my goodness. Uses have to do with anything respiratory, high blood pressure. So you figure, since the oh gosh, the word I'm looking for, the body systems affected, it would be your central nervous system. So when you're feeling anxious, you're feeling stress, if you've got anything related to major amounts of discomfort in your body, lavender is always a really great go-to. I just skinned my knee. Well, that's going to give you a couple different things. It's going to calm your nerves because you just fell and your body's all jolted, right? But it's also going to soothe and calm that area down that might have the abrasion on it, and then help you with any dirt or it just to cleanse it. So you've got these wonderful different properties that lavender itself will work alone. Most people don't think of lavender as that. I never thought lavender did all of that. The only thing I knew or thought that lavender would do is it helps you go to sleep. Well, lavender does that as well. Absolutely. It's one of the oils that I use every single night. And so I don't miss that, but it is a wonderful, what I would term as a go-to to keep in maybe a first aid kit, or just handy when maybe things are a little upside down. So lavender is really wonderful. Again, another thought about lavender, lavender too comes in a vitality. So one of the wonderful features about quite a few Young Living essential oils is that you can not only use them topically, like on yourself, and diffuse it into the air so that you inhale it, right? So you get the benefits of respiratory and then your brain, but you can take it internally. And so if you're doing all three of those, imagine the support that you get when you're, oh my goodness, I'm losing adjectives here. When you're using the oils, then there's like a triple threat, in other words, and it's really going to help you. So yeah, lavender, the French really knew what they were doing when they had, because if you'll find lavender mentioned in more French medicine than anything, but the calming that you get with it, relaxing, the balance, whether it's physical or emotional, it's definitely been documented to improve your concentration and your mental acuity. So lavender comes in that kit. What else is on my list? Citrus Fresh. Okay, this time of year, it's difficult for me to get water in because it's cold. And so I'm more prone to drink more herbal tea, but it seems like it takes a lot of herbal tea to get the amount of water that you'll need for a day. So brightening up your water is one way to go about that. Yes. And so Citrus Fresh is really one way to do that. Add a drop or two in your water, and it's going to cleanse. It's going to lift up your mood because it has the different citrus. Let me give you a little background on that one. It has orange, tangerine, grapefruit, lemon, mandarin, and spearmint. And that's the blend for Citrus Fresh. And so you put those different blends into your body and you get this wonderful little treat. I had some notes from last week's I had some notes from last week's class. Now I can't find them, but because of the citrus oils, it's an incredible mood lifter. So one of the things I switched up this week in our bathroom is I was using Thieves and orange. And I think somebody may have talked about it at our last class. So I tried it and it really does smell very good. It kind of reminds me a little bit of cherry Coke, but it actually smooths out the Thieves. Thieves, it's not, it can be a little spicy, but you throw in orange and then it softens it. And so I've actually done that even with my mask. I'll put a drop of Thieves and a drop of orange in it. And that's a wonderful smell. So it just kind of keeps me on an even mood when I'm out shopping. So basically what happens is you put a drop or two of the Citrus Fresh in your water, then you're actually going to crave wanting to drink more water. And so we always get that on the news. Oh, you need to drink more water. That's very true. We do. But most people would agree it's really hard to do that. And Young Living has made it a little easier by supplying us with the Citrus Fresh. Let's see. Oh my goodness. One of my favorites coming up next, Peace and Calming. So when I first got my kit, when Erica talks about gateway oil, Peace and Calming was my gateway. And I think I actually, I needed it. I had left a job that was really high stress. So Peace and Calming was one of the first oils that I had cracked open. And one of my friends, before I had spoken with Chris, she said, when you get it, open it up and put the roller ball on the Peace and Calming. And I didn't really understand what she meant. I kind of figured, oh, you put it on yourself, again, thinking, oh, it's, a really high-end perfume. No, it's not that. The aroma gives you those feelings of peace and calmness, but the blend actually promotes relaxation and a deeper sense of peace and emotional well-being. That's what the blend is all about. Here's what's in this particular blend: tangerine, which is a citrus; orange, same thing; ylang ylang, patchouli, and blue tansy. So you have those two citrus oils that are bright and they're going to lift your mood, absolutely. But ylang ylang is wonderful because now it's going to even out and it's going to help you balance out the hormones or what's causing maybe emotional flux. So you have that. And then patchouli and blue tansy are the ones that are grounding you. So when you're feeling like you're on the ledge and you're about to jump, well, you have peace and calming. You can diffuse it, you can apply it topically, but you do not ingest peace and calming. It does not come in the vitality line. Wouldn't that be great though if it did? Imagine. But no, it doesn't come in. But it's really wonderful. I forget, like with whether it's all of your essential oils, you can apply them to the bottom of your feet. They will, depending on where you put it on your feet, like your big toe or whatever, but you can apply it to the bottom of your feet. The bottom of your foot is the most absorbent in your body. So if you're having issues with insomnia or relaxing, the bottom of your feet. So don't ever forget that. And that's exactly what it says. Okay, so I knew I had read it. It says that when you massage it on the bottom of your feet, it's a wonderful prelude to a peaceful night's rest. So that's something definitely you want to do. Some people talk about how, they have issues with their legs. I'll call it wiggly leg because I want to be really careful about staying in compliance. But that, again, working with your central nervous system, that's one way to do that. Whether it's the lavender or the peace and calm it, apply it to the bottom of your feet. All right, what else do we have here? Raven. Oh, Raven, that's one of my favorites. So I did a reel today on Instagram and I've been having issues sounding like a tea kettle. And sometimes I will be in the car and I might have my earbuds in and I'm listening to something. It can be music, anything. But sometimes I'll hear this. I'm like, what is that? And it's me. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. And so I will grab what I keep on me in the regular, whether it's Raven, and that's the one that I use, but sometimes I'll mix Raven with other oils. But I started with the Raven by itself. And when I hear myself sounding like the whistling tea kettle, I will apply it to the bronchial area of my body, whether it's on my chest or on my back. But I get relief that I never got. And so I don't have it all the time, but this winter, and when it's colder, that's when I feel it more. And but I've been diffusing it. I will use it topically. And I love that I can really just take a really deep breath. And that's what I learned. And it was one of probably the first oils that I shared with some other friends who suffered from the same issues. And that's exactly what they said. They said, I haven't taken a breath, this deep in many years. And, and I love that feeling that you get. But not only do I get it, it's, almost instant. It's there and it maintains itself. And if I need some more, a few hours later, I can absolutely use it again, but it's not like it goes away. So I really love Raven. That is a blend. Raven is a blend of some eucalyptus, Ravensara, which is also one of my favorites, lemon, wintergreen, and peppermint. So you figured you've got all of those those blends going together. Absolutely, you're going to get the relief that you need. And like Erica had already spoke about earlier, you're talking about quality products, plants and seeds that go into it. So you're not going to cause yourself other issues, side effects. All right. Anybody have any questions so far? I have 3 more. All right, let's talk about Stress Away. This was my mom's first one. And Stress Away is a blend, a very lovely blend that we refer to as vacation in a bottle. Definitely the emotional support that you get for it, the oils that are used in it, copaiba, lime, cedarwood, vanilla, ocotea, and lavender. And the whole idea for the blend of Stress Away is to give you relief from stress, but doing so also gives you support when you need to go to sleep, helps calms you down, helps to ground you. You can wear it as a perfume. You can definitely diffuse it. So that means you can also apply it to your body. But also, again, you want to make sure that when you're using it, inhale it straight from the bottle, diffuse it, but use it. So I can't remember who had said that, where I'm going to see if I can find her name. She's not on here. Chris, what happened to the other lady? She just got a kit.
Yeah, she had to go. Yeah.
Okay. So you'll have the oils and then you don't open them or you don't really use them. Try a different oil every couple of days, in your kit. What is this? What does this do? Open it up, read a little bit about it on every single bottle, even though the print is super tiny. You can use 2 pair of glasses like I do, or get a magnifying glass, but it has the directions on the bottle. And if you received a kit, in every kit, there is a book, and the book gives you background information on the oil, how to use it. Stress Away is one of those you want to use. You can diffuse it, you can blend it with other things that are in your kit, but you definitely want to make sure that you use it. Here's a little side note too. Stress Away, Young Living produces it, puts it in a roller. So you can get a roller, which makes you can use it, you can put that in your mask if you choose to. And then, let's see. Okay. I'll do Thieves last. And then I have Valor. Valor is one of my favorites. It was a sleeping giant, as I like to call it. It is a blend. It's quite wonderful. It's definitely known as liquid courage. Valor is one of the ones that I learned that put it on your big toe and it helps you diffuse or eliminate the snore factor. So Valor is really wonderful for that. It's actually formulated to balance energies, instill courage, confidence, and self-esteem. It's also known as a chiropractor in the bottle. It helps the body self-correct, balance, and alignment. So you can put a little bit maybe on your shoulders or down your spine. And again, it helps line everything back up. It's actually one of the oils that I use every night as I go to bed. With tension, there happens to be, when you're tense, you have a tendency to do this. And again, Valor is one of those oils. You put it on your spine or your neck, your shoulders, and it helps that relaxation process. Some of the oils in Valor, black spruce, which is a tree or a pine tree that is used for grounding, camphor, blue tansy, frankincense, and geranium. So that wonderful blend together gives you these feelings of courage, things that you can accomplish, so that you can forge through and not feel like you have to hold back. That's a wonderful one to roll on. That's a wonderful one to diffuse. It too comes in a roll-on. The roll-on, you again on the bottom of your feet, not even just at night, even during the day. Children, it's a great one to use with the roll-on. You can use it on your kids because it's already diluted. They got to go off to school, and Valor is definitely one that you would want to use. And then last but not least, Thieves. Thieves is one that I use every single day. I always have a drop that I use. I usually will just put it on my tongue. It doesn't bother me. I don't feel like it's too hot or burns or anyway, but it is a little bit spicier. It is a blend of antiviral, antiseptic, antibacterial, antifungal, anti-infectious essential oil. The name Thieves comes from the 15th century thieves who rub different botanicals on themselves so they can hopefully avoid getting they did avoid getting the plague. They were robbing the dead bodies, and so when they were caught, part of the agreement was for them to share that recipe of and the idea of how they were able to avoid getting sick. And they told them about this recipe they had of this blend of the Thieves. And so Thieves actually has a few different essential oils: clove, lemon, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus radiata, and rosemary. Something that you can diffuse. It too comes in a vitality, which is shown in the picture, and you can put a drop on your tongue. Since I've learned about Young Living essential oils last year, I have not been concerned when I'm out and about. Yes, I have, my shots or whatever, but before that was even on the horizon, I was using Thieves. And Thieves comes in many different products. It comes in a laundry soap, it comes in hand wipes, antibacterial gel, toothpaste, mouthwash. It comes in quite a few different things. And so you see the properties and the benefits that you get from using Thieves. Again, something that you can dilute, you can apply to your body. Be very careful because it does have cinnamon bark as well as clove, and they can be a little hot on your skin. So if that's the case, you want to use maybe essential oil, a V6 oil or olive oil, just to kind of cut it. It won't dilute it to the point where you get less. It just slows the process of it entering into your bloodstream a little slower. So that is what I have.
So I'm just going to jump in so we don't use up everybody's time. And if you have any questions for Rochelle or Erica, feel free to ask when we're done. But since she was talking about Thieves, it's a perfect jump to tell you about some other things that come with that premium starter kit. Two things you guys might find interesting is everybody here has a starter kit, I'm pretty sure. And it used to be once you bought a starter kit, you could not get another one. The reason being you get $420 worth of product for $165, but that has now changed. Even though you're a member, you could still get yourself another diffuser, like my Desert Mist diffuser back here, plus all these oils and all the product that I'm going to tell you about that are in that starter kit. So that's really great for us members that Young Living lets us now get this super savings. If we want to get another kit or maybe get a kit for a friend, we can do that without opening a different account. It used to be you had to open a new account to go ahead and get these 12 oils plus the diffuser for $165. But Rochelle was telling you about Thieves, and we probably know that Thieves, like she was saying, comes in so many different products. This comes with that kit. You get the hand sanitizer and you get the spray. So the nice thing about the hand sanitizer, if you have been watching the news, they keep recalling hand sanitizers. They've even found some have led to people's deaths because there's so many toxic products in other companies' hand sanitizers that you can get. And Young Living's hand sanitizer is so beautiful because it smells amazing. It has the Thieves blend in it of oils, and it is an oily substance, and it lasts forever because you only need a teeny tiny bit. But this is what comes in that premium starter kit we've been telling you about. So it's just a beautiful product. Another thing too is their spray. And the nice thing about the Thieves spray is, how many of you touch your phone a lot of times in the day? Well, just you go out, you're here and there, maybe you're looking at a shopping list, you want to spray your phone, you want to spray your car door handles, you want to spray your door handles in your house, you want to spray any surface that something has been touching that you don't really know where it came from. So the Thieves spray is also in that kit, a little Thieves spray like this one here. And you guys probably know you can get them. You can reorder them if you want. So I want to go ahead and tell you about two other oils that are in this kit. One of them is lemon. This is something that Javen and I have every single day. So we wake up and the first thing we do is have a glass of water. We want to, you've been sleeping and your body needs hydration. So we take a glass of water and we take our Lemon Vitality 1 drop every single day. So what does it do? It flushes your system. It's super good for flushing the system. It's also a renal support oil. So it detoxes the lymph system. It just is a huge, great detoxer for the body. So this is something that we have every single day. Lemon, you could put not just in lemon, you could put it in tea, you can put it in whatever, but you can put it in your water if you're not a good water drinker. I love my water, but if you want to drink more water, it's a good, you all have lemon oil. Think about that. When you wake up, get yourself a glass of water and 1 drop, and you just started the day off right. So lemon, that's something I use every single day. This is my gateway oil. Since we're talking about gateway oils, PanAway. So what happened is I had no idea what a essential oil was. And I was just talking to my aunt and asking her, genetically, we're the same. How does she cope with all this joint aches that we have going through? So she told me, well, I'm going to get you something and I think it'll help. So she bought me a PanAway oil and I was shocked. I was shocked that this little 1 drop from this bottle made me feel great. So PanAway is a really amazing oil for a lot of people. Here it says it's the Bengay of oils. Yes, I think I could call it that, but it's great for your muscles. It's great for your joints. It also can be used in massage. Like if you're going for a massage, maybe take some olive oil, or if you have a massage oil, even Young Living has different massage oils that you can get, but put a few drops in and your body will be so happy. Here's another thing you can do with PanAway. This is something we used to talk about a lot. So I pulled out some of my old notes and I thought I'd share this recipe with you. But if you have a joint or a muscle that's screaming at you, take 1 drop of PanAway, put it in that area where you're having issues. Take a drop of Copaiba, and put it on top of the PanAway. So you're starting with the PanAway, then you go to the Copaiba. Go next to your lavender. 1 drop of lavender on top of that same screaming area. You're supposed to wait 30 seconds. You want the oil to penetrate. So wait 30 seconds till they're in that area that's hurting. And last but not least, on top of them all, we're layering these oils on that spot that's giving you issues. Peppermint is at the end. So peppermint, those 4 oils, put some coconut oil or olive oil to case them in, to get them to go a little bit deeper into your system. And then tell me how wonderful you feel. So that's a 4 oil protocol that I think you guys would really, really enjoy. So those are the oils I wanted to tell you about. I also wanted to tell you about Ningxia Red. So this is Javen's gateway product. Ningxia Red is actually the best-selling product that Young Living has. It is full of antioxidants. So it's really interesting. We had a class a few weeks ago and we asked everybody, how does Ningxia Red affect you? Every single person said they have more energy. So the reason that you can have more energy as this little product, this could be actually 2 days worth, 1 ounce a day or 2 ounces a day. We do 2 ounces a day now, but to start with, we were just doing 1 ounce a day. It has like 100 times more antioxidants than blueberries. This is so huge on the ORAC scale for antioxidants. What do the antioxidants do? They go into your system and they help with free radicals. So free radicals cause all kinds of issues in our body. Oxidative stress causes all kinds of issues in our body. Ningxia Red helps you with that. So when your body is nice and clean from Ningxia Red, you feel better and you're able to produce more energy. Another interesting thing are all the different juices that are in here. There are 5 different juices. It's mostly Ningxia Red. About 1/3 of it will be the Ningxia wolfberry juice, but there's also there's blueberry juice, there's yuzu juice, There's a bunch of different juices, and because we're an essential oil company, there are also many essential oils in here. And essential oils just work perfect. This blend is perfect. That's why it's actually the very best seller. So if you're not taking an ounce of this every day, you could actually have more energy if you did that. So think about the money you spend at Starbucks. I know it's a little bit pricey. It's about $1.25 a day, but if you buy a coffee out somewhere, that coffee is going to rev you up in a not such a good way as Ningxia Red is going to help you. So that's just Jamin's product. When he forgot to take it for 3 days, he couldn't get off the couch. His energy levels dipped so badly low. We didn't realize this was doing so much for him. So this is it. Well, just to conclude really quickly, we want to tell you all what we've talked about today. We talked about a ton of information. We've went through 12 oils, a little bit about the Desert Mist diffuser. We've talked about the Thieves spray, the Thieves hand sanitizer, and Ningxia Red drink. So that is a lot of information. But why would you think about using Young Living products? I mean, why should they be the products you go to? Well, Erica told you about seed to seal. No other company has their own farms that they watch so closely. They even watch the air quality. They will not buy a field if the air quality is bad. So that seed to seal guarantee, to me, when I started with Young Living and I started teaching about essential oils, I was thinking, oh, that's not important, but that is really the most important thing that you can know. These products work on your body. They're not just to make your house smell good. They work on your body. They work on your emotions. They work on your body systems because of the way the seed is protected so well, harvested so well. Here's a little example of it. If you take cypress and cypress oil is distilled in the proper way, you'll get 288 constituents your body can use from that cypress oil. Because Young Living not only grows and weeds and takes care, but they distill their own oils. They package them and they ship them to you themselves. They're in control of the whole process. Other companies just buy products and they sell, who knows where it came from, who knows how the seeds were treated. But with Young Living in the cypress oil, imagine you have 288 benefits to your body. If another company would distill it 1 degree wrong, you don't have 288 constituents working on your body. You have 11. So that's how important it is every single step of the way. Even the distillation process is so very, very important. With Young Living products, you can actually look at some of them and find out which field that it came from, because they keep track of where their product comes from. So we're talking about the lifeblood of the plant. We're talking about how Young Living is so, so different. We're talking about how they don't use the floral water to get their oil from. They don't use the leftover. Other oil companies will buy the leftover products and they make their essential oils from that, but Young Living doesn't do that. So what are essential oils? They're trees, shrubs, bark, herbs, and Young Living has them all. And that is really what works on your body. They can help your brain. They can help you have a healthy weight. They can help your circulatory system, your respiratory system, like Rochelle was telling you about. They really help her. They can help you have balanced hormones. They can help your emotions. They can help you stay happy. So essential oils will work on your body. That's really what they do. And when you get into Young Living, it used to be you had to start off with this starter kit, but if there's just a few of these products you want, you can get them now and you can start that way. That's a really beautiful thing about Young Living and the way that the company is growing now. The whole reason we want all of you here and we love teaching you every Friday night is we want you to ditch the toxic products and switch to the products that are good for your body. So this is just like the first step in doing it. There we have supplements, we have cleaning products, we have makeup, and we have, of course, our oils. We have food. We have all of these things that can help your body be the healthiest it can possibly be. And that's the benefit of using the Young Living products. How do you use them? Erica told you, you can use them internally. You can use them aromatically. you can use them topically on your skin. So there's 3 ways. So when should you get started? Well, we like everyone to get started today. So we're happy to say all of you have here. And please tell your friends about the products. I mean, we want everyone to be as healthy as they possibly can be. Any of us here are happy to have this 101 class with your friends, or if any of your friends want to watch the recording, they can do that too. But if you have any questions, we're happy to answer them for you now. Rochelle or Erica or I, feel free to ask.